Please allow for me to explain why this stuff is so apparent to me and why I'm looking for your all's help. It's an apparent situation to me that I've been being poisoned up my entire life. And so, these people are criminals, they are jesters, and they are the Masonic. They are the Freemasons. They are the Vatican. And I'm not going to tolerate being pushed and pressed, hard pressed in this way. So I want to go through this with you because I really need an urge for your support, your likes, your shares, your views, all of it. I'm trying to make this situation in my life go viral because I don't have a free press. I have not been able to reach a free press. I can't reach a pro bono lawyer. I cannot reach the hearts and minds of those who work within the system, the police, and even the medical community to do a toxicology report when it was said to me that I had a high toxic metal within my body, a concerning level of a toxic metal in my body. All while I was fighting Aurelia and Jesse about the situations at large because I wanted to move away from who these people were in my life. I just didn't know how because I loved them and I reasoned with it that they did not love me and they did not have it within themselves to love me and that I needed to figure out how to move differently. So I'm hoping that this message reaches you so that you can offer some kind of supportive help, supportive aid, love, and any other supportive efforts, and it would be really encouraging. But right now, it's seeming like the 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds get it more than the adults when they suggest to me that they support me in my efforts here. But where are the adults? So I'm just going to read from my text messages in family text to prove something, and then I'm going to be moving onward and showing you what I have to do with this message. This message alone I have to upload onto my computer, to upload onto another platform because of being able to read it from here. I wanted these text messages to be on both phones, but everyone ignored me there as much as my call to say that I needed it to be sent to this phone and my other phone so that I didn't have to do it this way. But so it's time, it's energy, it's eating away at every little avenue in my life in order to prevent and stop this crime from going any further in my life. But the fact of the matter is that this crime is the largest of its type of targeting, covert poisoning, and covertly trying to assassinate me so that these people can get away with hijacking and hacking my life. And now that I know who the hacker is and who they are and why they're moving the ways that they have been moving, I'm just trying to allow you to put together the pieces for yourself in order that you see that Matthew Murden, what you see right here, is not the Matthew Murden that you would otherwise be seeing. And so I'm asking you to look not with just your eyes, but with your spiritual eyes. Not with just your physical eyes, but with your spiritual eyes, that this person you're looking at has been kicking, clawing, and scratching at the door of his own brain to get out of a very covert arsenic abuse. So this stuff is not easy. And I'm going to go into my texts here, just balls to the wall here. I got back home and I was tired. I didn't sleep much last night. I've been trying to get all of the free speech platforms to be able to stream now because they were just trying to silence me on YouTube. Bigo, Brighteon, Rumble, Truth Social by Trump, Odyssey, BitChute, Utreon, Patreon, and Locals.com. I still have not been able to move in that fashion to get through all of what I'm trying to move like because I have to move like this and that and this And that, my car was gamed up, set up to where my brakes would be bled just perfectly enough to really be annoying for a driver that has to drive 500 plus miles every day. And this fact was gamed up by Kenny, my own brother, mind you, who never wanted anybody to love me. Hopefully, I can get on blockchains and make some streaming happen and make some money and stream somehow to make some money. But I thought it would be nice to be able to reach people like Snoop Dogg or Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, Andrew Bass, Donald Trump on there. And just, I was on a platform and I did. I got a "What's up, Matthew?" from Snoop Dogg, and it felt good. It gave me encouragement to keep on trying. So I wish I could reach better understanding of the people that I'm speaking to, even in text message, but text message is like minimizing communication big time in the first place. And secondly, these things can be gamed. I wish I could reach the influence I'm after out here because people just simply don't want to get it, or they don't want me to be alive to help other people understand it. So yeah, I needed to nap. Well, maybe. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. I'm not going to read what other people have to say here and there. I just said I'm tired though. It's crazy. I just woke up again and it's hard to stay asleep when I do finally get asleep. I don't sleep very nicely anymore. Otherwise, usually I have no problem falling asleep and staying asleep. I'm ignoring Ryan now because it all checks out. He's being such a baby about things that I'm bringing up, and he's just trying to flip the narrative into his own betterment, even through text messages, seemingly like he's scared the text messages are going to be brought up in court and that he's going to be in trouble, along with Jesse, along with Aurelia, along with Emily, along with Cheryl, along with all of these people that wanted to come up against me that I don't even know because they have faceless names and nameless faces when they're Freemasonry shit camps. So I hate that it's hard to speak out about a real serious and heinous crime that's happening because it's happening to me. It's not happening to you, it's happening to me. I'm I'm in a situation, I got this storyline, right? So I'm looking for your help. I'm looking for your supportive efforts. I'm looking for your donations, time, energy, physical help. I'm not looking for people to throw me off into any other area of life to be institutionalized or otherwise so that these people can get away with their crimes against me. Trolls can just keep on trolling me, right? Anyway, so he's trying to hurt feelings that just can't be hurt anymore, is what I said about Ryan. And it's just so far fetched that he thinks that he's going to be able to hurt me in general in the words that he's using because he's physically attacking me with his words. Not not being an emotional person to help me get through it or stand acutely in myself, but when I'm dealing with the long-standing acute and covert and calculated poisoning of me, and it's been that way since I was 3 or 2 or whatever, I need help. Meditation helps your physical health. I do meditations. I try to. I do a bunch of things in my prayer values. The Lord tells me that my prayer values, my entire life is my testimony, and He will use every bit of it when I die. So I believe that I have the right to speak out about what's happening to me, and I'd also like someone to get a hold of Stephanie by call and tell her I need to talk to her personally and in person if I can. Can we go out to eat? Can we meet up somehow to talk about some things that are very important to me? And I believe that they were important to her before. I believe now that she could be being poisoned off in the same way, losing her own memories about the things that she had found. So maybe I'm just trying to help remind somebody that they had came to me with a serious situation of their own and seeking for help inside of some fashion or another, and then all of a sudden just disappears off the face of the planet and doesn't have much to say. I personally don't think that that's out of out of anything other than it's her character being abruptly dismantled in a fashion, gate-kept, if you will, by my own brother to convert and cover up the tracks of the crimes at large against me. I was never against my brothers. They were far against me. To be able to move this way in the first place, and then by the hacking and hijacking and working to identity theft me and leave me without my ability to reason how to go pee, my reasonability for my brain to go, oh, you got to go pee and get up and go pee like a normal human being. You just couldn't because you're arsenicked. So I need people to understand every single avenue of this, especially with what's going on with my heart health, and the very concerning feeling that I have an arsenic abuse, along with a couple cyanide attacks, I believe, going through my body, and I need help from the medical professionals, not further gaslighting. And when I do go in, it's further gaslighting. So I've been screaming out for that help for quite a while now. I'm worried Jeff is not who Jeff is and should be with her. I believe it's an arsenic poisoning. She, in my own opinion, is being gate kept at some level. I'm about to make a video about it because I don't know, because she isn't even, I said, because she isn't even existing for all I know. And at least as far as existing, I don't think she's existing to her own true nature and her own true self no more, is because her own true self and her own true nature came to me with something very serious. And then all of a sudden that just went away and I never got to the bottom of like what that was. That's the same thing that happened with my girlfriend recently, Natalie, and Natalie ended up dying in a pool of blood. And I believe that it was through a covert arsenic poisoning that was meaningful to control her life and take her life away from being another person that could help me, which is why I believe that Stephanie is now being gate kept as well. What's scary is when your own blood brothers worked to keep me poisoned up growing up, and no one could see it until me at 43 years old. So I've been fighting my ass off. I've been fighting for my life. I don't know who my own brothers are. I don't know who my own family is. I don't know how family can be a faculty of family when it's scary and it's worse than any other crime to this level than what's been happening to me anywhere I feel anywhere else in the world. I believe that this is wholeheartedly a crime against me at large, and it's one of the largest, most heinous, most sickest crimes that could ever take place in somebody's life. And I thought to myself, and I reasoned with myself, that these things could happen. They could happen, sure. But I never expected them to be happening to me, and they are happening to me, which is why I'm speaking out about it. I have every single right to speak out about it. Then I put in a thing about trap, hip hop, hyper pop money. The YouTube video that I shared, I wish I could share it with you here and continue, but it was just me thinking about doing these things and moving this way. I understand when people have to put their phones on the charger. I'm glad that people got some of their stuff back, but of course, they aren't living the life that I've had to live, and these Freemasonry attacks are pushing real hard now to leave me real hard pressed in life. I have no ability in life that I used to have, and I know with the agility and sense of self that personal my personal stamina was going to be able to go rollerblading for many miles every single day before these attacks happened. But I know far well that if I were to go out now on them rollerblades, I would probably end up dead. And so it really sucks because I wanted to train, I wanted to do these things that the real world was calling me to do. And I was moving in that fashion to the best of my ability through what I couldn't see going on in my life covertly, being that it was a very extraneous poisoning of me, meaning to take me and snake me all the way to the grave. They did the same things to me when I had my accounts shut down. I needed gas to continue working. I was talking about my mom's cards. They're stealing away her availability to use her cards when she needs her cards to purchase things for her own health. And they did the same things to my accounts to shut my accounts down. So I had to freeze up my accounts, and I needed gas to continue working. That I couldn't necessarily put my card in the pump no more to continue putting gas in my car to keep going. They did this through the hack. They did this through the abilities of controlling my life. And if people can't see that, they're just fucking stupid. They worked every single plan to devastate me and make certain that I would not only have the ability but the mobility through the very clever scheming behind the very covert hacking, hijacking of my life and pushing me around for this identity theft to happen. Good Lord, this world turned wicked fast. If you do call the police, allow at least your neighbor or someone to be there, I said, with my mother. I totally wholeheartedly agree with you, mother, that you need a police report made. I feel like I'm living a Twilight Zone, she says. Yes, it is much like a Twilight Zone. I had Freemasonry try to reach me on Facebook in just last night to instill fear or give me this also pumped up speech as though I'm uh I'm looking bipolar or any other name that's in the medical the DSM manual. I don't read and I don't subscribe. I read to the King James Version Bible. I'm not someone that's going to put my hand on a Bible and have a rope around my neck, whatever, and that if I were to ever speak out that they would kill you. Cuz that's what the oath is. It's very satanic and it's to perform these satanic ritual abuses over life in general, controlling life, liberty and the justice and the pursuit of that justice. So I'm out here after that justice. Because justice, she looks pretty. She's like gorgeous. If you find her, bring her out. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm getting unique with it. We need to get through this. It's truly unfair playing hard for the breaker in this, Lord. I'm praying hard for the breaker in this, Lord, because I know that the Lord has break. The Lord has breakthrough and offers breakthrough because the floodgates of this crime against us are in full speed at us, and when we are being decimated with every intent to take us, Lord, I have to trust in you and believe in you that we are being targeted to no end in sight. I want this to be over. I'm struggling bad too. My heart, I feel like I'm going to drop at times myself, so I'm asking the Lord to stand me up and keep me stand up until the Lord wants to take me. But until then, man, don't let them take me. Don't let them take my mom or my sister. And I'm pleading with you, O Lord. Amen. Truly, I believe Stephanie is being hurt by Jeff, at least emotionally, if not physically, with the same calculated ways. If somebody was to speak out against the situation, or if she found that ghost of a man being a ghost of a man in that kind of fashion, and then confronted him on it, I could see her becoming very much gamed up inside of who she is, how she carries herself, and everything. Yes, yes, person. Yes, people. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I really do. I don't think it's that far reaching from what I've experienced personally because I've experienced these things personally and I know far well that I wasn't able to think straight in that shelter. I know far well that I wasn't able to think or reason about these things in my last jobs. All of them. Every single last one of them. So I'm coming out here hoping that people can find it in them to stick up for me. I try to call out to no avail. I text to no avail, and this is me speaking out about Stephanie, and I said that I don't believe it's like her character, and I furthermore disagree that it is her character at all, even with what Jeff said or with what was said through Stephanie's phone, but I read vicariously Jeff through Stephanie, trying to hoover the situation to make sure that his gamed up ways are safe and that they're going to be said to be unfounded and blah blah blah. But heavens to Betsy, come on, that's like taking a girl's words right out of trying to say who she is. If you ask me, and then she's actually hurt. So I don't think it's unfounded fears, and it isn't. When I go through this with ChatGPT, it says verbatim that these fears are not unfounded and that you have every right to be this concerned based on what you've lived through and everything. So I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit until it's done. If you ask me, it's Jeff, right on through the mark. Vicariously, her actions are Jeff, not her own. Did she respond? No. Did she respond before? Yes. Did she mean what she said? And do I think that she meant what she said? Yes. So why is it all of a sudden that she doesn't mean what she said? Why is it all of a sudden that I feel like she's being gatekept 100% by Jeff? So it was said by my mom, like, can you please talk to Matt? He's wondering about you. Set his mind to rest. Thanks. And it didn't mean no fucking text message. It meant call me. Be away from whoever you're around to make sure you call me, which is what I've been saying to her in text message. Please, Stephanie, call me and talk to me in person. I would like the help and support that I'm after in family, and I don't think it's far reaching to suggest that I need the help and support that I'm after in this at all. I think it's I think it's messed up that these people are trying to get away with crimes against me, and they are crimes of conspiracy. They are crimes of keeping me poisoned up. They're crimes of keeping me all lost off and out of place, feeling out of place and out of touch. And they're all deeming the memory loss. And so they're trying to say that it's selective memory when it's not. I've been in survival mode, which highly makes them survival memories, especially about what I walked into as a kid. So I'm responding because it's just not like her to not respond with the great fear that she showed me about Jeff and having questions about the contents of Jeff's character. And so, yes, I think that Jeff is hurting her and hurting her badly. Badly, badly. I'm about to call the Lakeville Police Department. And I am. I am going to call the Lakeville Police Department if I can't get this settled in this fashion. Where is the family here? Where's the faculty of family here that can't come together for a guy that's specifically stating that he came out of a long-term, covert, very calculated arsenic poisoning that was meaning to snake me all out of my life so that these people can perform the rest of an identity theft, as if my identity hasn't been being stolen since forever ago. At least in the fashion of keeping me poisoned and pushed off into places that didn't make sense to me for me. I knew that these were energies that raised up in my life, and they just never quit raising the bar. They kept raising the bar and raising the bar and pushing me off and pushing me off. And at one point, I thought to myself in that homeless shelter that my own brother Kenny wanted me in this shelter so that I'd just go waltz down that trail and go off myself or some shit to better ease his own mind. So I don't think that these things are far-reaching at all. Someone says, Matt, you don't know what is happening in anyone's situation. Just take care of yourself. Okay. How am I supposed to take care of myself when I've been decimated in this fashion? I'm worried about her big time because the fact of the matter is that feeling of hearts with fear and fueled by this kind of way, having to deal with Jeff, and I don't know who Jeff is anymore. I don't even think I ever did know Jeff. Does anyone know Jeff? Does Jeff even come around anymore? Does he talk? Is he parent? Is he able to talk? How about all the times that they're pushing me off, covertly abused and poisoned, suggesting through Emily, Cheryl, other places, Aurelia, themselves, and Jesse and Aurelia, suggesting, use your words. Why can't you use your words? Use your words. Why can't you use your words? Yeah. Why can't you use your words? That's the real question. Why can't you use your strengths? Your words? Where's the faculty of family? Where's the family unit? So I get that people got other things to do here, and they got their own long laundry lists of things to do. I got my own long laundry list of things to do. I just can't get to any of them. I've been decimated thoroughly with intent by these hackers and hijackers moving about this way in my life. And if people are too stupid to see it, they're too stupid to see it. Get the fuck off my content. And as far as that fucking Johnny goes, step off my dick, bitch. Sorry, but that's a whole fucking heartless smear campaign meant to silence and cover up all of these things that I'm coming out here saying. It doesn't cover any of it. I don't care what supporters you get. You're a bunch of fucking fuck offs, and these people know it. So I just woke up, and yeah, someone was something kept messing with me last night, and so it wasn't really easy. I don't have to go through all of this stuff here. Gaslighting with noises. I'm scared that it's just close to death. You know, I've been close to death probably 12 to 22 times or something like that. Man, and in this last 8 times, it got real, you guys. It got really real. I flopped to the ground and my heart was going so damn slow. I didn't know if I was going to make it through that night. And I asked the Lord what that was. And the Lord answered me in my belly and said, yes, it's exactly what you think it is based on your studies. It's the cyanide attack, that same way that came at that speedway from those kids that were supporting and trying to protect Aurelia, I feel. Because there's been money paid to murder me. There's been a lot of money paid to murder me. So this is supposed to be coming from people that I thought were my friends. This was coming from people that I thought were family, blood related brothers. Then a Freemasonry son said something on my Facebook I disagree with wholeheartedly. He was attacking me and my character because they're trying to collect on me, you see? They're trying to figure out when I sleep, when I wink, when I blink, when I move, when I'm unglued, anything that they can use to get a reaction out of me or keep my time away from being able to speak out at all. So I'm asking the Lord not to allow them to collect on me or my life, and I'm pleading the Lord gives me money today, or gives you money today. I said to my mom, beyond that card reason, that they're able to snake away her ability to use her own money. I literally go in prayer and I'm asking for someone like Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate or Donald Trump or someone with influence to help me see my letters, see my concerns, and see them as real. I'm dealing with one of the most heinous crimes against me, you guys. And it's not easy. I don't know what Stephanie's maiden last name was, but I would like to know in order to be able to get a hold of her parents. Get a hold of people that she knows. I'm only on 3 hours of sleep and I've been fighting. Been fighting so hard to get through all this stuff I'm coming out with. It's the hardest work I've ever had to do. I would rather push around a $5,000 bill. Why can't I get a fucking support system? Oh, God. Excuse me again. Is there a way to mute this and then come back? No. I don't know. Yeah, that guy says to me, you know, there's arsenic in cigarettes, right? Not enough to wipe you up out of state like that, dick. And then he says that there's nothing nefarious going on and all. Just like, who the fuck are you, dude? Get a fucking life. So, okay. It's just me trying to get to the fact that I'm going to go to the Lakeville police and I'm going to go to the FBI. I'm going to contact IC3 in order to get these things out. And then I write, yes, the other day a motorcyclist circled around one block and then circled back around another block. And it made me feel very unprotected because they have the face stuff on and it's like fast paced and I'm driving slow. I know I was live on YouTube, but somehow I believe that if I was not live on YouTube at that time, that I could have been popped with a bullet in my head at that time, and by the sounds that were around the car, they would have been able to determine who that party was. The whole goal is to make sure that they're not going to be able to determine that party who comes to kill Matthew Murden. Incomplete. All to save face of these people doing what they did to me, and further than that, my dad. My dad couldn't print money fast enough along with the Freemasonry, Vatican, or anywhere to fucking support what's been happening in my life. But anyway, go ahead and circle back around to whatever you gotta believe in yourself if that's what makes you feel better. But alright, I get that. But if she's not responding to what I feel she would be responding like over months ago now, I'm worried. I'm worried and rightly so. Sorry. But I heard the fear unlike anybody else in her actions and it seems very polluted like Jeff. Vicariously it's Jeff. Through her actions and through her words now. And it's just not regular. Where is he in my life? Can I even talk to Jeff on the regular? No. Can I even talk to my own brother Kenny on the regular? No. Not at all. Kenny moved to fucking Texas the same way that Jesse moved out this far, which is why coming up into St. Paul Park House, I was supposed to just take that Metamucil, have it harden up in my belly, have my heart pop and stop on a very calculated poisoning, where if I was in my own organic and origination sense of self and everything like that, I would no way have bought in this house. I would no way have used my money to buy a house 2 blocks away from the person that was just poisoning me. You see, I always wanted to move away from these people that were doing these things to me. I never thought that it was them. I had to come to terms with it, and it was the hardest thing to come to terms with. And then you go into reason these things with ChatGPT. Where do these poisons come from? Where do these things happen most times in people's lives that end up killing a person that was a victim of arsenic abuse? It comes up with exactly what's happening to me. Family, friends, supporters of the people that you think are closest to you. It's exactly how it happens. Places that people don't think that it's able to be reached into, and then people can suggest to me that there's nothing nefarious happening. Oh, okay. Okay, buddy. I'll just believe you and just allow these people to run gambit on me, and that's okay. Right? Whatever, dude. That's what people fucking think like. So anyway, I wanted to write down everyone's address because I needed to know for my own real reasons. Even knowing that I can get there doesn't have me reject the fact that I need their addresses in case that something bad is happening to me or them or anybody in order to suggest to, say if something bad was happening to my sister or my mom. I would like to know their addresses right off the top of my head, which I normally would be able to remember these things, but in such a hard pressed way with arsenic, you literally forget. You know how to get there. You know the roads to take. You might not even know some of the roads their names are. you know, which I think would be normal to even remember those things. But for some very vicarious reason in my life, there's been some very serious, heinous crime going on against me, and I've come up with the fact that it has been arsenic abuse, meaning to snake me up the way, the rest of the way out of my life, in order to predetermine my life so that these people can get away with their crimes over me, and over my humanity, over my ability to rollerblade or drum or do anything, work, everything. And so I'm looking for help. I'm looking for support because this is the most heinous crime that I've ever encountered. And it is a crime. It's a crime against me at large. These people can go ahead and think that there's nothing nefarious going on here, but there is. And it's serious. And it's, if you ask me, if you've seen that story about Aaron Brockovich, I believe it's like that, but it's like 100-fold worse. 100 times worse, because of the detriments that that where it's come from, how long it's been, and that I was being poisoned off as a baby by my own father, and then the demonology or the demon or the whatever, the evil traveled into my brothers by what I walked in on. So it's a very real situation that I should have every right to address. And it's also a very serious situation when I feel that Stephanie is being gatekept by my own brother in some fashion and maybe even poisoned off herself to not even remember who or what she had found. So I'm trying to remind her that she came to me with something serious about the contents of my brothers, the same way that I had questions about the contents of my brothers when I did Lightyear Wireless, Solove, and all of these other networking schemes that were only designed for them to continue to steal up my time, energy, and resource to give me nothing, and they were a perfect thing to put in a person's path to say that, oh, it just didn't work for him because he's such a shitty person. He can't do anything right for himself. When the fact of the matter is that if I was actually given the availability of myself in that fashion, yeah, I could have worked better, but I wasn't. I was being hacked and I was being monitored through my phone and through my technology, through my very internet, my computer. So I should have your addresses on file, and you can reject the fact of me needing to know your addresses and stuff like that if you want to, but I need your addresses. What's everyone address, including your own, I wrote, because I need to write them down. And then I only got two. I didn't even get my sister to give me hers. I just think it's really weird. She says that she talked to Stephanie and she's been busy with Hannah's with the wedding coming this Saturday and the the two kids graduation this year as well. These are going into too much personal stuff. So I'm gonna skip that. I'm just saying it doesn't add up, Chicky Doodle. I have a different take on what's going on here. I have a different relationship with these men and with these people than what you are getting on your end of your phone, and you're not even putting it together that I have my own end on a persistent matter that's taking away my availability to reach her, and I feel like it's totally not her to respond by text, and I think that it would be her to respond by call at least. I have reason to believe that my brother is hurting her. She came to me, not you, and then just somehow vanished, as if being gate kept by my own brother's actions vicariously being present through her very unresponsiveness to this exact situation. And then just tell me that it's unfounded. Oh, okay. That's the kind of thing telling me that Jeff can't talk to anybody because it's like the same thing as somebody telling you like I can't talk right now because I'm doing a delivery gig app. It's bullshit. And I can tell you it's bullshit because I could pick up orders. I could do everything that I needed to do, you know, on a phone that I would normally do. Basically, sometimes having to, let people go and tell them I'll call them back. But the fact of the matter is that there is none of that. There's none of that reciprocation as far as a very concerned brother should be if these things were very real happening to them and they wanted to actually support me in it. They're not looking to support me. They're looking to support the facts that they need to support, and that is covertly and very manipulatively covering tracks to a very calculated poisoning, meaning to hack my life and keep me tracked in this identity theft. And then these people are just supposed to think that I'm cray cray, right? No, I think the cray cray is the people that are poisoning people up, not the person that's trying to naturally heal and get away from the institutions that are at large doing the same things. When I was on a hold, that lady getting raped, and then seeing all of these younger girls come in there and running to go try and save the old lady's life because the other ladies that knew about these things didn't get to them in time, with it being like, they come in at like 8:30, and then 9:30 rolls around and a shift change happens, and then all of a sudden the guy is coming out, literally the guy's coming out of the lady's room like this. He's all like having his shirt tucked. He has his shirt tucked in already, and he's doing one of these maneuvers with his belt. That lady in there was being raped every single night. So it's to put the psychological damage on me from when I was fucking young. Yet again, making me feel unstable, making me feel like I can't get any help because these are the people that are supposed to be helping you. These are the places that are supposed to be suggesting to allow you to get out of this kind of situation, not further in it, not further gaslighting, not further manipulations, not furthering the pain in your life, not furthering the distortion and the distress in your life and body. No, these people are supposed to be helping you, and they have no conscience whatsoever for what they've done. There. Thank you very much. They were raping her every single night in that place, and I prayed for her to get out of there, and I thought to myself, she ain't never gonna get out of there. So what does everyone think of me then, huh? I'm not hacked. My life wasn't tracked for this identity theft. What do they think? When truthfully in this matter, in this matter of crime, I think that this crime matters more than a wedding should. No offense to the wedding. I hope that the wedding goes smoothly, but right now my dad, the pedophile father of mine, the fucking rapist, is going to be taking the seat of someone that matters more. That's of someone that of someone that you matter more to than my dad. That's all I'm gonna say for the people that are getting married there. My mother should be in that seat, not my dad. My dad shouldn't even be there. And for these people to protect my dad to be there and not protect the actuality of the situation here, it's monstrous. It's a criminal thing. And if people can suggest to themselves like, oh, why didn't you come out with these things before? I couldn't have. I couldn't have. I was arsenicked. I didn't have my reasonability with me. The only thing I had was autopilot. I had to compartmentalize myself at work and focus on work and work alone. And people didn't understand that. I even spoke it to some people. I've even asked for letters. I've even asked them to write letters and just go give them to the police. Do they do that? No. Do they help me out? No. Where are my people? Where is the community? Strong facilities, you could be helping me out. Pat, I worked for you. If you're hearing this, you could help me out. Integrated technology and the people that worked there. You guys could all write something up and bring it or send it to the police. You guys could be helping me out. Where are you? Where's my community? Where's the people that are supposed to be supportive? I'm asking for supportive efforts. I'm begging for supportive efforts here. Begging. Because I'm dealing with the most heinous crime that I believe has happened for all over the world. And it's happening to me. It's happening to me. Not these people, not these Freemasonry shit camps. No, it's happening to me. So anyway, I don't know if I want to play these. I mean, I do. I want to play them, but I don't know if I'll be able to utilize. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna go on. Supposedly, Stephanie says, "Heavens to Betsy, the talk in this thread is downright shameful," and I don't think it's shameful at all. I think it's a shame that the talk in general has to happen, but it's not. That's the words here is what I feel is a very gate kept person, and in that gate kept way, they're just poo pooing on the idea that, oh, 10% communication is good enough for me. No, it's not. Everyone needs to calm down. I am fine. We are all fine. In this, in it is 2 in the afternoon, and I am in work meetings with continual meanness, constantly being spewed via this text thread, and I can't even look at it anymore. I can't believe any of this is coming from our own family. Terribly shameful and hurtful all the way around. Where in the world is this terrible talk about Jeff and Kenny coming from? I have no idea, but it's unfounded and shameful. No, this is definitely Jeff gatekeeping her. Enough is enough. It needs to stop now. Take a deep breath and relax. No more of this. Yeah, sure. It makes it sound like her. It makes it sound as if it's her. But this is 10% or less. Who she was and how she came to me is serious of a ghost that I feel she saw in my brother or whatever, and I never got to the bottom of it for obvious reasons. I think she's being arsenicked or could be being arsenicked. So that's why I'm going to be contacting the Lakeville Police Department. That's why I'm going to be contacting the FBI. And so I said, no, I'm sorry. I still hear Jeff through this text. Sorry, Jeff. Prayed with you on the phone line with you, and then you had to suggest that you're gonna give, if there was money to give, you're gonna go give it to Molly. I'm sorry, but I believe that my sister is a perfect primed example of why arsenic abuse happens in the first place. But the perfect reason is the fact that if anyone gets to her and silences her through any kind of attack, she's done for. And if that's the case, then these motherfuckers better be ready for war. They better be ready for fucking war. They preyed on me. They didn't pray for me. They preyed on me. And they sought out my life. Seek, kill, and destroy. This is what demons do. And it was my own brothers growing up, and I'm not going to believe a word of what was just spoken there because I believe that was a gate-kept version of Stephanie from Jump, and it's been a gate-kept version of Stephanie for a few months now. I'm not going to tolerate it. Sorry. Unfounded? Unfounded? Okay, get through this. You'll see it's founded. I've called and I've texted now. 2 months later, you tell me this, and you found. Okay, I'm not gonna go into this one. I'm going to go right to the end because I want to get to that foundedness. Because it's all about this Freemasonry shit camp and blah blah blah. But the fact of the matter is this: I haven't been eating for fear that I won't have money soon, and I'm trying to save the food that I do have for when I'm seriously really, really hungry and just can't go forward anymore without food. I can't walk up to the store like I'd like to. I can hardly make it to the end of the block with the heart stuff that's going on, blanketed by these abuses, the arsenic abuse, and whatever else that got into my body, and whatever else is being ignored by the medical professionals, suggesting that it's delusional persecution, much like delusional parasitosis was. They're trying to make anything real delusion in my life. They need to. They need to blanket anything that Matthew is to come out and just sound weird. And it's not. Just 3 years ago, I was able to rollerblade for miles and miles and miles. And strength, feeling like I was getting the strength back in me. And I was very proud of myself for getting out of a lot of the parasitosis or parasites that I was dealing with. And I even caught some in jars. Lo and behold, Emily came up into the situation, didn't want them, you know, in her place. So she said, throw them away. You should be okay now. We're going to take care of you. I love you. It was a bunch of love bombing just to get me there, to leave me in the same shit camp as I was before. Poisoned off, all out of state. And she says to me, I don't care. I don't care because I got full coverage on the car. I didn't even understand it at the time. I went to work that day. I almost feel like I was going to flop out of myself the same way with Aurelia, the same way with Cheryl, and other areas of my life just in general. Not even concerning the women in the love life being played by proxy in order to control me for this identity theft. But these people have been making money on me. My brother, like I said, just made $4,000 with Jesse coming to poison me up. Me coming back after like 3-4 days to be on the computer so that they could take over and show me how this stuff works, right? Yeah, show me. I need to, by that summer, I need that $67,000 so that I can go out and buy any car I want. But these were how it was sold to me. It's playing on my emotions so that they could snake me out of me and steal from me. It was never about building a formula of family. It was never about building anything for me at all because they had been doing this to me, and I believe that in their own consciences that they can't stand themselves because they've been poisoning me off. I haven't been eating. Okay. So I was able to rollerblade for miles and miles because of this. Doesn't sound right. And all of this is okay with them just to be able to be witnessing as what I did as a kid. I just learned, I was just learning to walk, and I remember, and you can reject my memory if you want to, but these are survival memories. I thought what my mom was saying about these things, and I remember what my mom was saying about these things, and I was scared. I was scared and thought, okay, as a little tiny kid, unable to be able to walk, and then here's that moment of I thought my sister's in trouble. Here's that moment of truth, kid. You got to do this now and save your sister's life right now. So I had to get up. I had to learn how to walk. And even if I was falling on my butt before, getting help with people like holding me up and stuff like that to help me walk, I actually remember these things because of how serious and monstrous that this time was in my life. You have to learn how to walk right now and help your sister, I thought. And I don't think I was able to. Or no, sorry, I said I don't think that they thought I was going to be able to. And I didn't even know for myself. I got up and enabled myself to walk. When I said hell or high water, I'm going to go and I'm going to save my sister because I hear something that's not right going on. And so that's what I thought. And so it was. I walked. So you can try. You could try and placate as if these things aren't serious. But I walked. I walked in, and that was my dad on top of my sister, and those boys were in the bed with him, seemingly partaking with the torture of my sister. So that's when I fell on my bottom. And that's when all of these memories that they say have been selective memories suddenly turned into survival mode because I wanted to save my sister's life. And they did turn into survival mode because I reached the paperwork of the court stuff later on in life, and I had been being poisoned up in my bottle by my dad. And so it was the same survival memories, not selective memories, survival memories because I was in survival mode. Jeff and Kenny, you're fucking assholes. You fucking assholes for doing what you've done to me. And then my dad gets the seat at my mom's grandchild's wedding. Jeff, you are a fucking asshole. Facts are the facts. I wanted to save my brothers too, but I couldn't save my brothers, obviously, if they're going to be this crazy against me. So anyway, I'm going to get off this message. I have to go and put it on my computer to put it on this phone so I can put it online. That's a lot of work. So if I can get your support, please do so. I have a GoFundMe. I'm trying to get a Patreon put together and other things, but I also have Cash App, and it's Chase Your Dreams Today. All one word. It's the money sign Chase Your Dreams Today. I don't even know if what you're gonna give me is gonna be able to help me, but if on GoFundMe, for an example, someone gave $50, maybe someone will give 100, so on and so forth. I need your support here, please. I'm asking, please.